Hello everybody, welcome back to Same Spirit Gaming. My name is Matt.
And I'm Jordan.
And we're back with more Ori and the Blind Forest. Follow up on something I said at the end of the previous episode. The air dash doesn't work because I apparently need to get the basic dash ability first. I did not realize that was the thing, so yeah. What is that?
It really doesn't seem like they should let you be able to do that, but whatever. I didn't make the game. I don't make the rules.
Yeah. I almost wonder, okay, I think those are like spirit tree kind of things, or whatever they're actually called, that I've already unlocked. Oh, jeez. Probably should have just done the bash attack. Oh well. I don't think I'm getting up past this branch this way. Okay, fine.
You're so close. You like should be able to.
Nope, can't do it that way. Well, okay. That works. But now I see that hanging there. It makes me wonder if there's something over on the other side of this gap. But whatever. So, yeah, we're making our way over to the Misty Woods here.
Yeah.
Last time we got the stomp ability. Oh, jeez. Did not mean to go down there. You know what maybe I should try to do? Well. Yeah. Kaboom. Come on. Thought I had it there. Oh well. Because, you know, whatever the opposite way that you press for the bash ability is, that opposite way is where it'll send any projectiles or anything like that that you bash off of.
Yeah.
Like that.
Nice.
There's a little energy thing there. I don't really need that. But this might be something I could stomp.
Stomp.
If I can even actually get up onto the thing. Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to think like what I've been doing lately, but I've really just been working.
Yeah. So, speaking of work, there's a thing at my work that, you know, we use to help with inventory tracking for the one part supplier.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that thing kind of went down partway through the week. Actually, early in the week.
Oh, jeez.
So it's like, well, now we don't have this thing to send the signals to them that we need more stuff.
Oh my gosh. That's a nightmare.
So, for the moment, we're just keeping the things that we would normally do the scans of and just removing the parts from the bags with those, you know, scan tag things.
Yeah, it's always really debilitating when a system goes down that you like rely on.
And we've had plenty of problems, you know, keeping parts in stock even without that happening.
Jeez. I am a platform engineer, so I basically work on the systems that our like manufacturing floor uses. So if something's not working, it's my fault. Which doesn't happen that often, but I just have to be careful when I'm like writing the tool so that there's backups in place.
Yeah.
We need more stuff to stomp.
Actually, that's the bash.
Oh.
Stomp is just where I go down to the ground.
We really need another ability point so we can get the dash.
Well, that's the thing.
Really
so
helpful.
the regular dash, I don't think is even in the main ability tree like that.
Oh, what the heck?
I think that's one of the abilities that I have to just get from... Oh, crud. I didn't save anywhere along the way. I got an achievement.
Self-destruct.
Caused an enemy to destroy itself? Okay.
Nice.
I thought I had kind of done that already. Why did it record a game clip? I didn't ask it to do that. Anyway.
It was such an amazing game moment.
What was I saying before that?
Oh, the dash.
Yeah, so I think the basic dash is something you have to get from one of the, like, little spirit tree type things.
Okay. That makes it even more annoying that you can get the air dash and it's like, well, you can't use it. Sorry. Holy. But yeah, like with work, there's so many cool games that are coming out, and I just like cannot find the time to play any of them. I basically just listen to or watch videos of people playing so that I kind of understand what's going on, but it's just not enough time to play. I think that's why also streaming has become so popular, to be honest, because like a lot of people don't have time to actually play games. So like if there's a game you really love and you want to play all the time, well, sorry, you have to work or you have a family, so
Or maybe sometimes they don't have the money to buy a game that they're interested in.
yeah, that's true.
And
too.
so then they watch somebody else play it to get an idea of like, all right, is this really gonna be worth it, or should I just not bother?
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting like time we're in that regard. So I always wondered, not always, but I was wondering recently, like why streaming is so popular. Like someone might think like, well, if you like, couldn't you just be playing the game instead of watching it? Well, maybe not, because there are responsibilities that everybody has. Can't always play the game. Or like you're saying they can't afford it, which is true because there's games that come out I think Crimson Desert just came out, and that's like you have to buy it. And it's like I don't want to drop a bunch of money on it, and I don't know if I'm gonna like it, and then I just like drop money and time, and I don't know if it's good. So that happens a lot. Like you'll have games like I think Marathon was just had a beta, but before that it was like, okay, you're gonna have to pay $40. And everyone's been hearing kind of like mid reviews, like no one's really sure if it's gonna be super fun or not. So hey, you can watch someone play it, and you don't have to spend the money, and you can see if you're gonna like it. Marathon is not my kind of game at all, by the way. It's just an example I thought of. The art style really is not my alley. It's very weird.
Why does it keep recording game clips? Like, I'm not pressing the button to do so.
Your Xbox just really wants to record what you're doing.
Apparently. Doesn't look like I can really go high enough up that way. Yeah, no. Oh, okay. That was not good. Okay. Gotta redo a little bit now, but
It's okay.
not a ton.
You just got another ability point, right?
Yeah, but I only have one ability point, and all the new abilities cost 2.
Okay.
What the? That is not at all what I was trying to do. Looks like a lot of my combat now is going to involve using the bash ability.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, darn it. Oh, glad I just saved.
Yeah. Well, might be as good a time as any to whip out the passage of the day. Let's see here.
Oh, come on. So because I have so little life left, anything I bump into is deadly, I guess.
Jeez. Okay, sorry, I got a little... Oh, there it is. Okay. So, I will be reading Romans 11, 25 through 32. And I'm just start with a little context. So I picked this because I have met like Christians who are very like anti-Jewish, anti-Israel, whatever, anti-Semitic, I guess you could say. And it's like I feel like it's a growing stance to take.
Now I will say, anti-Semitic, definitely not a thing that we should be. I could understand protesting the action of the nation of Israel right now.
Yeah, I guess when I say anti-Israel, I mean like in the old sense, like basically
like anti-Semitic is what you mean.
Yeah, anti-people,
anti-Jew.
Yeah, like basically they meet a Jewish person and they're like, ugh, oh, don't like you. That's basically what I'm talking about. And not even necessarily like conspiracy theorists, but sometimes that's the case. But like, it's stuff like I was studying Revelation with someone like this, and like he said, you know, there was the part where the 13 tribes come back, and someone had asked like, oh, well, how do we know? Like, they talk about 13 tribes. Does that mean it's like Jewish people, like people from the original tribes, like genetically, or is it going to be a new set of like Gentiles who are assigned a tribe, or like how does that work? And then that one guy was like, oh no, it's definitely Gentiles. Like, there's no question. It can't be the Jewish people. Like, no, just no, because they're evil, basically. And I was like, well, I don't know, you know, I don't know. I'm not gonna just flat out say no like that. But yeah, like he's basically, his stance is that all Jewish people are evil. They're anti-Christian when it comes down to it. Which I'm not gonna say they're anti-Christian, but I mean, like, if you look at their beliefs, yes, they don't believe that Jesus was God or that he was like, it depends also, because like Jewish is such a diverse like belief system as well. Like, some of them do believe that he was a prophet, some of them believe he was just a liar, and it just depends on who you talk to. Anyway, let me get into the actual passage, because the Bible does not call us to be anti-Semitic or against Jewish people, and I feel like this passage goes into that. So yeah, this is Romans 11, 25 through 32. I do not want you to be ignorant of this mystery, brothers and sisters, so that you may not be conceited. Israel has experienced a hardening in heart until the full number of Gentiles has come in, and in this way all Israel will be saved. As it is written, the deliverer will come from Zion. He will turn godlessness away from Jacob. And this is my covenant with them when I take away their sins. As far as the gospel is concerned, they are enemies for your sake. But as far as election is concerned, they are loved on account of the patriarchs. For God's gifts and his call are irrevocable. Just as you, who were at one time disobedient to God, have now received mercy as a result of their disobedience, so they too have now become disobedient, in order that they too may now receive mercy as a result of God's mercy to you. For God has bound everyone over to disobedience so that he may have mercy on them all. So yeah, it's just being very clear that Jewish people of Israel, are totally 100% included in the forgiveness of sins and being saved, basically, as much as any Gentile. And in fact, Gentiles are added on. And particularly, one of the reasons for this is for God's gifts and his call are irrevocable. So it cannot be taken away from the Jewish people. And for God's love on account of the patriarchs, Abraham, Moses, etc. So he still loves their people, and his promise was that, Abraham basically will have descendants as much as the stars in the sky, and that doesn't change, even though, like it's saying, they turned away from God pretty much, and newsflash, they killed Jesus. But guess what? Everyone's sins are forgiven. So, and that includes the Jewish people as a people. So, just like we're shown mercy, they're shown mercy, and everybody I mean, just like that last verse says, for God has bound everyone over to disobedience, that he may have mercy on them all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like, I feel like those kind of people are creating divisions and saying it's kind of like us versus them. But we're really supposed to come together because we're all under God's new covenant. All of us. Jewish people included. Like that was the thing. I think these people who feel that way, they're like, no, they turn their backs on God, they're out. But no, they are part of the new covenant. We're part of the new covenant. We're all part of it. My question is, Jewish people who don't accept that Jesus is God, this kind of makes it sound like they're still part of the covenant, but I'm not sure because, like, let's say you're a really, faithful Jewish person and you still follow all the old covenants and, like, they do sacrifices to forgive sins of the community. Because that's the old covenant, is that, like, included? I guess Jesus said, the only way to the Father is through him, so I guess not. But I guess you have to kind of take into account the context that this was written, where, like, it's a conversion point where there's Jews who are kind of discovering about this new covenant, things like that.
Yeah, this is one of those matters where I'm not gonna say I'm super confident.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly any Jews who come to faith in Christ, like, I would think they're part of God's promises for sure.
100%, yeah.
But there are definitely Bible passages like what you've read that would lead people, myself potentially included, to believe that, I mean, Jews are still inherently part of God's promise, but it's just that now Gentiles are included in that through faith in Christ.
Yeah. It gets a little tricky when, like, the Talmud book, calls Jesus, like the prince of demons, and, like, he's the only reason he can command demons is because he is one himself. He's like a high-ranked demon. Like, there's a bunch of blasphemous stuff in there, so I don't know how that fits in at all. But yeah, like I said, it's a big, diverse group of people, and like you're saying, there's even Jews who come to faith and accept Jesus as their savior. So very, very wide range. And I don't know. I don't have the answer. I'm sorry, everybody. We don't have all the answers.
Yeah, there's some other passage that talks about, something about, maybe the wording was like the world being saved or reconciled or something like that. Something about, something good happening through the Jews, even though they were unfaithful, but then also, like, how much better than is it for, Gentiles who believe?
I remember that, yeah. I don't remember where that was, but I know what you're talking about. I have to say, you were getting pretty good at the combat in this game. It looks cool.
There's really a lot of it's just the bash mechanic.
Yeah.
Aha! That's how I can get rid of these guys.
Nice.
I gotta stomp on their shells.
Nicely done.
Anyway,
I jabbered on for quite a bit.
Alright, if we find a way to light it, the path might clear up once again. Okay, so we gotta find a way to light this thing. Couldn't really see what was going on for a sec there. Okay, now what? There are some things that the bash maybe doesn't work against. I don't know. Seems like it could be that way, at least, maybe. Where am I supposed to go from here? Seems like I gotta go through there. Which means... Okay.
Right.
But then, why does that happen sometimes?
Yeah.
It's like, even though I pointed my bash jump away from that spot, it still got me damaged from it. I had very weird. I guess I need to just make sure I'm not doing that right near anything spiky.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that works. Ah, there's an enemy there. No. Alright, jeez. And another enemy. Sure would be nice if more of these enemies dropped some health.
Yeah, really.
Alright, I'll make a save right there. That might actually be a decent spot to stop for now.
Yeah. It went by so quickly. I yammered on for so long. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. We're in Spooky Town. It's funny because we ended this session in Kingdom Hearts and Halloween Town, and then in this game, you're also in a spooky area.
Yeah. And it's not even October.
Yeah.
Alright, well, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming up. Definitely got more Ori and the Blind Forest on the schedule. Got more Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories on the schedule.
Yeah.
More Bible study, or... I guess you could call that Bible study. More reading Bible passages and discussing them.
Yes.
So, if you're into any of that, subscribe.
Yeah.
All right.
And we'll see you then.
Yep. Hopefully that's soon. But whenever it is, until we see you again, Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.